12 News, a former Maple Grove council member resentenced. Why prosecutors aren't exactly thrilled with the punishment. Plus, a spate of burglaries all on the same day in Golden Valley. They all happened in broad daylight. And later, major additions to local trails, what runners and bikers can expect to see in the coming months. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. A former Maple Grove City Council member was resentenced today for stealing money from her dying father.
Cassie Bonstrom was at today's sentencing hearing, and she joins us now with more.
Yeah, Mike and Alex, Leann Sargent was sentenced to 5 years probation today. Prosecutors had hoped for 20 years. However, they feel this sentence is more fitting for the crime compared to her original sentence. Now, last year, Sargent pleaded guilty to the felony charge of financially exploiting her vulnerable father. However, the judge sentenced her for a misdemeanor, in part to let her keep her seat on the city council. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office filed an appeal, and in February, the Court of Appeals overturned that sentence, saying it was indeed too lenient. County Attorney Mike Freeman says justice has now been served.
All people are treated the same, regardless of their stature in life. This was a public official who committed a felony, who cheated her brother and robbed her father. That's unacceptable conduct, and for her to get a much lesser sentence is simply not acceptable.
Sargent's attorney Chris Ritz said resentencing was unnecessary because she completed her 120-day sentence in the workhouse and paid her restitution. He also says Sargent's health has significantly declined over the past few months.
She's not going to reoffend, and she doesn't need supervision, and that's why Anoka County is not supervising her probation. So this is political.
Sargent will get credit for 1 year already of probation, and she still must abide by several conditions. She officially retired from the city council back in April. Mike and Alex.
All right, Cassie, thank you. A string of residential break-ins has Golden Valley police on alert.
The frustrating thing is one resident saw one of the burglaries in progress.
We did have at least one neighbor who saw the burglar carrying property, the neighbor's property out, but didn't call us. And as always, I urge our residents, if you see something that's the least bit suspicious, call us.
5 homes in the northeast part of Golden Valley were hit Monday morning between 9:30 and noon. It happened around the area of Bassett Creek Drive and Noble Avenue. In every case, the homeowners were gone at the time. Electronics, computers, and jewelry were stolen. The incidents are a good reminder for residents to stay alert and not be reluctant to call police.
We have a neighborhood watch, and of course we let everyone know what happened. And everyone is a little more vigilant now about people that come through the neighborhood.
Police are looking for a white male who drives a white Cadillac Escalade.
It was a mystery to some, and you may have even seen it yourself, a so-called mystery plane that encircled parts of Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center, as well as other Twin Cities locations, has been traced to the FBI. The law enforcement agency confirmed to the Associated Press that it used a plane in recent weeks for ongoing investigations. The AP reports the plane has left the Twin Cities and returned to the Chicago area. Brooklyn Park's police headquarters will close to the public starting on Wednesday. The North Precinct on 85th Avenue is currently undergoing a $9 million renovation. It won't reopen to the public until July 8th. During the closure, residents should go to the South Precinct, which is located on Brooklyn Boulevard.
A new medical clinic could find a new home next to the Hy-Vee grocery store site in New Hope. The City Planning Commission is reviewing a proposal for a North Memorial Medical Clinic on the southeast corner of the site. Hy-Vee would lease 13,000 square feet of space to North Memorial for the project.
Staff and anybody that we've talked to in the city are very excited about the proposed use and having a primary care clinic in the city of New Hope, something that we currently don't have.
The Planning Commission will vote on the proposal at tonight's meeting. It will then move on to the City Council for a final vote. Hy-Vee hopes to have the clinic up and running by fall when the grocery store opens its doors. This summer, there will be more places to run, walk, and bike.
As Sonia Goins reports now, the Three Rivers Park District is busy adding more trails.
Minnesotans love to enjoy the great outdoors, and who can blame them? We have some of the best parks and trails in the country.
I like the trail because you can take walks all around, relax, and ride your bike around.
Maddie and others will soon have more trails to hit in Robbinsdale. Right now, Three Rivers Park crews are working on the Crystal Lake Regional Trail.
I think I just like how connected it is.
The trail's signature piece is this large boardwalk around Crystal Lake.
It looks fabulous. And then with that new boardwalk, it's going to be kind of cool.
Crews are also busy moving dirt along 45th and Regent as they enhance the Twin Lakes Regional Trail.
So right here, from Robbinsdale through Brooklyn Center to the Mississippi River, that's the Twin Lakes Regional Trail.
As you can see, the regional park plan is a huge undertaking.
And then this orange color are projects that are already under construction this year or in the next coming years.
After 30 years in the making, the Medicine Lake Regional Trail in Plymouth is almost complete. Crews are closing the remaining gap along County Road 47.
You'll be able to get from the Loose Line Regional Trail to French Regional Park, up to Fish Lake Regional Park, and all the way beyond to Elm Creek Park Reserve.
Now the plan is to have 400 miles of regional trails. So far, about 140 miles are complete. The goal is to link the trails to make it more convenient for people to get out to run, walk, or bike.
It's really nice to just get out, and it's close to home too, so it's easy to just get out and go for a walk.
Park officials hope the trails will encourage more folks to get out and enjoy the very best of Minnesota.
Looking at the sunset and the lake, it's just relaxing.
Out on the trails, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Medicine Lake Regional Park Trail should be complete in July, and for more information on the Regional Trail System projects, you can check our website, 12.tv.
It's not the kind of move homeowners would want, and it's certainly not the kind of commute drivers wanted either. Take a look at this scene from Monday night. A truck pulling a house on a trailer got wedged between the construction barriers on southbound 494 in Plymouth. That area is a single lane during the evening, and the truck driver didn't have a permit to use that stretch of freeway. And just imagine being in the vehicles behind the mess. People actually got out and started walking around. A Good Samaritan with construction equipment helped move barriers around to undo the logjam, which lasted about 3 hours. Coming up, the trick to stopping ticks. We'll have prevention and treatment tips up next.
Then later in sports, Breck opens play at the state Class A boys tennis tournament. We'll have the highlights.
But first, have an umbrella handy. Rain showers are in the forecast for Wednesday, and there's also a chance for thunderstorms. Spending time outdoors once warmer temperatures hit is a natural instinct for most Minnesotans.
But state health officials warn that it is also the peak season for ticks. In today's Health Check, Leann Cleveland has more on what you should know to protect yourself from tick-borne diseases.
Brooklyn Park's Oak Grove Park is a prime spot to enjoy nature.
We just enjoy playing, being outside.
Some people say it's also a good place to enjoy another pastime.
We actually started coming to it about a week ago when we did a little bit of morel snooping.
He's referring to morel mushrooms, a culinary delight found in the springtime woods. If people aren't careful, though, that's not all they'll find in the woods.
Last year I didn't find any ticks on myself. This year I've only been out a few times and I've already found 3, and again 1 on each of my kids, which has never happened before.
Dr. Nick Johnson is the medical director for the West Health ER in Plymouth. He also goes mushroom hunting in his free time.
That's what I was doing actually when I had my ticks. I was mushroom hunting.
Department of Health officials say the highest risk for tick exposure is from mid-May to mid-July.
It's the little tiny deer tick.
Which is why they're urging people to be cautious. Experts say spotting a nymph deer tick is easier said than done. They're about 1/16 of an inch, which is roughly the size of a poppy seed, which is barely visible in the palm of my hand.
Those are the ones you should be most nervous about.
Nervous because those small ticks found in the woods can transmit Lyme disease and other tick-borne illnesses. The best bet to protect yourself is to wear long-sleeve clothing or use insect repellent with DEET. But if you do find a tick, remove it.
The longer you have had the tick attached, the more likely it is that you're going to have some transmitted disease.
The hope is that by taking a few extra precautions outdoors, that people can be tick-free. In Brooklyn Park, Leann Cleveland, 12 News.
And as you heard, doctors say ticks should be removed as soon as possible to help prevent them from passing disease or infection. The best way to remove a tick is to pull the tick straight up and out with the tweezers or with fingertips protected by a tissue or gloves. Don't leave any part of the tick on your skin. Don't do it.
No.
Coming up, a big music announcement in Plymouth. See who's set to perform at the Hilde.
But first in sports, a strong showing for the Wayzata girls and boys at the Section 6 golf tournament. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
The last couple of days, great, I think, for golf. Beautiful weather outside, especially if you have your eyes set on the state tournament, which is coming up.
It is coming up, and we had some local kids qualify on Monday for next week. The state Class 3A golf tournament is next Tuesday and Wednesday at Bunker Hills Golf Club in Coon Rapids. The final section to qualify players to state wrapped up play Monday. A great day for golf at the Ridges at Sand Creek course for the 6th 3A final day. Wayzata's boys were one of 4 teams in contention for the 6th 3A title. Will Holmgren rolling in the birdie putt. He shoots a second round score of 76. Same hole, Wayzata's Alex Beversdorf sticks his tee shot onto the green. That sets up a par for the Trojan senior. He cards a 74 for the day. To the girls' highlights, number 16, Wayzata Samantha Lee just misses the birdie putt. She taps in for par, and a good day for Wayzata golf. Ellie Brandt, nice chip on 16, and from there, she 2-putts for par and leads Wayzata with a 36-hole score of 159. On 17, Armstrong Sarah Santowski settles for par after just missing this birdie putt. Santowski qualifies for state as an individual. Wayzata's girls are headed back to state again. Last year's Class AA tournament champions finished with a team score of 675, 22 shots ahead of Minnetonka. Hopkins and Armstrong each qualify 1 player to state. Santowski of Armstrong and Julia Hall of Hopkins. Brandt of Wayzata is the tournament medalist. Wayzata's boys are also Section 6 3A champions again. Their team score of 603 is 23 shots ahead of Minnetonka and Hopkins. In addition to the Trojans team, Noah Bragg and Connor Hall of Hopkins and Jack Gannon of Benilde St. Margaret's all qualify for next week's state tournament. After losing to top seed Mounds View Saturday, the Maple Grove baseball team faced an elimination game against Centennial in the Section 5 3A tournament. It is Saints' new stadium in St. Paul, CHS Field, the site for this one. Maple Grove loads the bases with 1 out in the 3rd inning, but the Cougars shut down the Crimson. A 6-4-3 double play ends the inning and keeps this game scoreless. In the bottom of the 3rd, Centennial gets on the board. Jordan Ewings hits a fly ball to left field. It's plenty deep to score on Noah Greenswag, and it's 1-0 Cougars on the sacrifice fly by Ewings. They add to their lead in the 6th. Tucker Treadle grounds a single through the hole and into left field. Brian Pearson scores when the ball is dropped at home. Centennial gets 2 runs in the inning, and they lead it 3-0. And pitcher Blake Haugen goes the distance, getting a strikeout to end the game, as Centennial eliminates Maple Grove from the tournament 3-0. Armstrong entered the final round of the Section 6 3A baseball tournament without a loss in the tourney. That meant the Wayzata Trojans, who'd won twice on Monday, needed 2 wins over Armstrong to win the section championship. Wayzata beat Armstrong this afternoon 5-4, winning in their final at-bat and forcing the if game. That is scheduled to be played Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Round Lake Baseball Stadium in Eden Prairie. In Section 5 2A, Providence Academy continues to roll. The Lions beat Litchfield 7-2 to advance to Thursday's section final. Providence will need 1 win to take the section title. The state boys tennis tournament is now underway. The Breck Mustangs are the only local team in the tournament. Mustangs meeting St. Peter in the Class A quarterfinals. Number 1 singles at St. Peter's, Zeke Haugen serving to Austin Wong. After a couple of volleys, Wong with a crisp forehand off the overhead backhand. That's good for a point. Wong goes on to win the match 6-2, 6-1. At 3rd singles, Breck Sam Fernandez in the near court against St. Peter's Drew Ellison. Fernandez comes to the net, puts the ball deep in the corner for a point. He wins for the Mustangs at 3 singles, 6-3, 6-2. Number 1 doubles, Breck's Jack O'Grady and Prashant Gadashala in the far court playing St. Peter's Avery Bachman and Kalen Weiss. Gadashala, great backhand at the net, gets the point for the Mustangs. Breck takes this match. They down St. Peter's 6-1 and will play in the state semifinals Wednesday morning. Wednesday night is a full night of section finals in lacrosse. This week on Sports Jam on Channel 12, Jason Melillo profiles one of the local teams playing for section title, the Wayzata boys. Here's a clip from that story.
Attackmen Amar Batra and Max Stecker are snipers who each scored 20 goals in the regular season. Midfielders Adam Grooms and Grant Long impact the game at both ends of the field. And goalie Aaron Peterson is aided by a tough core of defenders that includes senior DeAndre Brecto.
We're all clicking really well, so they've thrown a lot at us as well, and it's really worked well. We're trusting our coach, Coach Carlson, so he's got a good mind for defense, and it's going well.
Brecto admits a fun part of being a defender is getting to whack people, but this kid has brains too. Brecto won the 2015 Twin West Legacy Foundation Scholarship. According to the Twin West website, it's a scholarship given each year to one high school senior who exemplifies positive leadership attributes and is a well-rounded student role model.
You can see the rest of that story and much more on Sports Jam. It's on through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 or our website at 12.tv. Also, congratulations to Maple Grove softball Sydney Smith, named Star Tribune Metro Player of the Year today.
All right, great news. Thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, exciting news on the local music scene.
The Hilde Center has secured its next act. We'll have the details next. Well, finally, the Hilde Performance Center in Plymouth has its next big musical act.
It's bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, bitter and sweet. It's a bittersweet surrender.
That's Big Head Todd and the Monsters performing one of their hits, Bittersweet. They'll be at the Hilde Friday, August 21st. Tickets go on sale this Friday. We will have information on how to purchase them online at our website, 12.tv. You can also buy them in person at the Electric Fetus Music Store in Minneapolis. Hip-hop blues band G-Love and Special Sauce, also part of the music lineup that night. And of course, that is not all this summer. At the Hilde, the Minnesota Orchestra performs there July 1st for music in Plymouth. That's always a huge event for the city.
Huge event, not too far away. And I think
Yes.
they've done this, what, 42 or 43 years now?
Good count,
Music
yes.
in Plymouth. It's amazing.
Fireworks and all, right?
Fireworks and all. They have a good lineup this summer.
That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us. Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow, beginning at 4.